Welcome back to Power Levels Bleach Power Levels video after several months, I must say. So this video is gonna be part 1 and probably what I'm thinking whenever I'm releasing the Bleach reactions. I'm gonna follow up the power levels for Bleach until we catch up all of the characters. Probably I'm gonna do between 12 and 15 characters per video. Obviously those who knows the rules, who knows the my power level system, please let me know your opinion in the comment section. Maybe you have a better justification. For those who don't know, also can contribute, why not? And one more question, please let me know, because we're having a bunch of fillers in a Bleach now after the Soul Society arc, which episodes I should pick up from after the fillers, or maybe you want me to do reaction to some fillers. For now, let's dive into Bleach power levels. First character is gonna be quick, very quick fix. It's gonna be Rukia base, which was justified before, and then the next video was changed it. I'm gonna go back to the standards because Rukia is unseated characters. It's gonna be treated sadly like all of the Brandon. So whenever if I will need to refer to some kind of Soul Reaper average strength, I'm gonna simply pick up Rukia's strength because I think that's the best fit. So Rukia going back from 150 plus to 150 with a range 100, 200 as it was justified. Case closed. So next character is Jirobo in his base form, and I have to say, I have to admit it, I'm recording it on the day when I'm supposed to publish that video because I had it fully rendered, everything set up, ready to publish until I realized, damn, I mixed up Jirobo and Tatsufusa, literally the ranks, because Jirobo is 4th rank and Tatsufusa 3rd seed. So, and I mixed that up, making numbers completely different. Let's do this properly now. Jirobo base minimum strength, I have to go fast now. Minimum strength, I'm gonna go to the average Soul Reaper because he is 4th seed, so he is minimum strength, will be somewhere around it. And as an average Soul Reaper, as I mentioned before, it's gonna be Rukia level right now because Rukia is unseated character justified. So minimum strength is gonna be 150. And in case of his maximum strength, I'm gonna have any relevant character which is already below seed 3 in this case. And that would be Yumichika, and Yumichika is seed 5 technically, but it can be easily seed 3, even might be a lieutenant level, who knows, he beat lieutenant though. I'm gonna give a minimum strength of Yumichika's base as maximum strength, because he is technically a 4th seed known character, well developed character, so that's about it. Maximum strength for Jirobo is gonna be 1152, which gives average strength of 651. Case closed. Let's go another one. And that would be Jirobo Shikai, and here I was justifying Jirobo minimum strength as Jirobo base because that's what I'm normally gonna do unless I will have more info, more intel about it. So Jirobo's Shikai minimum strength is gonna be Jirobo's base, which is 651. And in case of maximum of Jirobo's Shikai, it's gonna be a tough one because there is no indicator whatsoever, so I have to go to the multiplier. And I've noticed that Hinamori, Kira, even range in Shikai maximum strength having literally a multiplier times 2 for the maximum strength, and even the average strength is also based twice stronger, but that might be different because I'm focusing on the maximum strength now because I want to be more accurate, so I'm not gonna give just a multiplier at the end result. So maximum strength for the Shikai is gonna be twice as his base, 1302, and the average strength is gonna be 977. Case closed. And next character is Tatsufusa, so yeah, that's gonna be very simple. He is a 3rd seed, Jirobo base is 4th seed, so I'm gonna give minimum strength of Tatsufusa as Jirobo base average strength because he is seed higher, which is 651 minimum strength. And maximum strength, I'm gonna go to Yumichika again, yes, because this is the character which I'm normally doing. He is 3rd seed, Yumichika supposed to be at least seed 3, so I'm gonna give maximum strength for Tatsufusa as average strength of Yumichika base, which is 1440, and that gives average strength of 1046. Case closed. Next we following to Chat in his boosted form. I have no idea what his form actually is called, so if you could please let me know in a comment how exactly his proper name, I would be very thankful. So let's go to his minimum strength. And his minimum strength will be solely based on Tatsufusa. Chat actually hit him once to the face and he flew away. And we could easily say that Chad was holding back, isn't it? Because his, in comparison to his attack when he was fighting Shunsui, this wasn't actually packed with full force. I'm gonna say that Chad obviously in his serious form, because he transformed into that form, or maybe he was that from the very beginning, so he is fighting seriously that way. However, and he also beat him with a one punch, so that will give him minimum strength twice stronger than Tatsufusa still, because he was kind of holding back because we saw his proper attacks with Shunsui. I'm gonna treat it that he was using half of his strength during serious mode, so I'm gonna multiply that by the extra 2 to make sure that he's using that to get to his true strength. If you don't like the idea, let me know in the comment. We can still downgrade that to twice stronger, and maybe we can see more fights in the future of chat, so I'm gonna be relying on you in that regard. So for now, I'm gonna treat that minimum strength is 4 times as Tatsufusa, which is 4184, and his maximum strength, obviously because he was in his upgraded form, boosted form, so that means he may not win with him not fighting seriously without that form, because that's what I'm treating by not fighting seriously. And that means he is not 10 times stronger than Tatsufusa, which is 10,460, and that gives average strength of Chad as 7,322. Case close. Next is Ishida in his Soul Society form. I'm gonna treat it as Soul Society because we know after his Letz still form, he basically loses his powers. So in case he will regain in a future if he will regain in a future strength, that will be like Ichigo, completely different version, completely different strength. So in this particular one, I'm just referring to Ishida in his Soul Society arc. Minimum strength is straightforward. He was fighting Jirobo. His strongest Jirobo form is Shikai, so that's what I'm gonna be referring to. And his minimum strength is gonna be that Ishida can win with him without fighting seriously. Because we saw how easy the fight was for Ishida, that he wasn't sweating, he wasn't using this, you know, his quick movements when he was using it against Kurotsuchi. So he is basically holding back. So not fighting seriously, because with Ishida he don't have second form, so it's hard to justify if he's serious or not, because all of his attacks are basically named attack, because he's not calling them by name, but we know that. So the only thing which needs to be break it down is he fighting seriously or he's fighting not seriously. In this case, he is not fighting seriously in my case, because that was so easy for him. So he is at least 10 times stronger than Jirobo with his Shikai form, which gives him 9,770 minimum strength. In case of his maximum strength, he was destroying his Shikai form. Now it's a kind of argue thing, because some would say, oh, he win with one shot, or he will not win with one shot. I'm gonna be straight here. I'm thinking, in my humble opinion, Ishida will not win with his Shikai without fighting seriously, as we saw with one shot. And I've decided to go that he is not 20 times stronger than Jirobo in his Shikai form. And that gives 19,540, with the average strength for Ishida in his Soul Society arc as 14,655. Case closed. So next character is gonna be Shunsui in his base form. So he was fighting Chad, and we can clearly say he wasn't fighting seriously whatsoever against Chad, even though Chad was going all out basically from the start. And he was easy blocking Chad's attacks, and yeah, so meaning he can easily win with Chad without fighting seriously, meaning his minimum strength is 10 times greater than Chad, and that's gonna be 73,220 minimum strength. In case of his maximum strength, he was using his Kido attack, basically similar situation to Ishida versus Jirobo, so we need to take account on that, but that's what how I'm gonna treat every single character. So he uses Kido, and he uses his weapon attack. Still, he wasn't fighting seriously in his base form, so that's what I'm treating here. That means because he used 2 attacks, he cannot beat Chad with 1 attack, not fighting seriously, meaning he is not 20 times stronger than Chad. And that gives him maximum strength of 146,440 with an average strength of 109,830. Case close. Next is gonna be Kurotsuchi, all 3 forms, base, Shikai and Bankai. Let's do this. So Kurotsuchi minimum strength in this case is gonna be half of Ishida, as Ishida couldn't beat him with a 1 punch when he extends this arm or to try to catch Inoue. He kind of destroyed the arm, however he didn't win with a 1 punch. That was 1 punch from Ishida. Kurotsuchi withstand it. Obviously he's a captain, so half of Ishida gonna be his minimum strength. In case of his maximum strength, this is also pretty obvious because the moment he realized how fast Ishida can be, how talented Quincy he is, he immediately transformed to Shikai, meaning his base cannot handle that kind of level of opponent. So maximum strength of Kurotsuchi is gonna be average strength of Ishida, which is 14,000. So overall, Kurotsuchi getting 10,999 average strength. Case close. As for Kurotsuchi, Shikai's minimum strength is gonna be obviously his base form, which is 10,900, and his maximum strength here is gonna be twice Ishida now. Simply because when he was attacking Ishida with the help of his lieutenant, he harmed him, he wounded him pretty heavily, he's also paralyzed. However, Ishida was able to speak, he didn't give up the fight, although he was able to get up afterwards using different techniques. Therefore, I'm gonna mark Kurotsuchi maximum strength as twice as Ishida, as he cannot win with him with 1 punch. And obviously that gives average strength of 20,151, and I must say this is pretty low as for the captain. No wonder why you guys saying he might be the weakest captain in Soul Society. And let's continue for Kurotsuchi Bankai. So obviously his minimum strength is gonna be Kurotsuchi Shikai unless it's shown otherwise. Kurotsuchi Bankai doesn't show anything apart of the big massive appearance as you having on the screen. I'm gonna put minimum strength as Kurotsuchi Shikai, which is 20,000 strength, and there was plenty of comments saying that the Bankai is 10 times stronger, is a multiplier. I'm gonna agree with it's 10 times stronger, but solely to his base. So Bankai is gonna be 5 times stronger than Shikai unless we know otherwise. So I'm gonna multiply Shikai times 5 here. Average new strength on his Bankai reaching 60,000 strength, ladies and gents. 60 and half almost. That is already a level of a captain, because in my humble opinion the captain level has to reach 50,000 strength in Bleach, and this kind of looks good. So for Kurotsuchi to have that, he needs to actually go for Bankai level of strength, and his maximum strength reaching 100,000 as well. And yeah, I think that is pretty decent for the weakest captain. Let's go next. The last character which I have to redo second tier is Ishida, Letz Steel version. So this is the version when he can absorb the reishi, the spiritual energy from the outside world, and convert it into his own energy. That's what I understand it. So Ishida minimum strength is solely gonna be based off the Bankai Kurotsuchi version, because that is the best option to have it. And we know when he was unleashing his Bankai on Ishida, Ishida literally destroyed, slaughtered, annihilated, embarrassed him big time. This Bankai doesn't even do a thing, and that gives that his minimum strength is gonna be twice as Kurotsuchi Bankai. And I'm not finishing here because his maximum is unbelievable, is underwhelming, probably comparable to other captains Shikai Bankai or something like that, because maximum strength of Let's Steel Ishida, I'm gonna go to Shikai unfortunately here for the Kurotsuchi, because he uses that Let's Steel version to fight with Kurotsuchi Shikai, meaning he figured out that he cannot beat Kurotsuchi Shikai with his current Soul Society form without fighting seriously. That means his maximum strength will be 10 times stronger than Kurotsuchi Shikai. And after all of the calculations, he will get average strength of 161,000 strength he is damn good. His maximum strength exceeding 200,000 mark. Next, case closed. So because we have such a high numbers already, let's go back to the lower and let's cool down a little. Ichigo, Shikai, kill intent. Minimum strength. That's fairly easy. When he uses the skill intent, Getsuga or whatever that is, serious attack, one attack most importantly, beat down Renji with his Shikai version. Means minimum strength of Ichigo is gonna be twice as Renji's Shikai. In case of his maximum strength, obviously he cannot beat that kind of version of Shikai Renji without fighting seriously, which means his maximum strength is gonna be 10 times as much. So that gives minimum strength of 15,360, maximum strength as 76,800. That gives average strength of 46,080. That's already pretty base captain level, right? But not yet, unless we're talking about Kurotsuchi. Case closed. We have 3 characters left. It is Byakuya Kuchiki or simply Byakuya base. I'm gonna give him small fix, and then we're gonna go to Yoruichi and Gin all base, just to have an understanding how other captains actually looks. So let's start. Fix Byakuya. Minimum strength remaining the same. We're focusing on the maximum strength because there is additional information about Byakuya. When Ichigo enters on the bridge and had a small clash with Byakuya base, Ichigo was with his kill intent form. Byakuya couldn't beat him with a one punch using his flash step. So simply because Ichigo blocked it, that means Byakuya is not twice stronger than that current Ichigo. So his maximum strength has to be reduced to twice as much as Ichigo. So from 115,200 reducing to 92,160 gives new Byakuya strength as 57,600. Yes, this version of Byakuya base is pretty weak considering the other captains, and you're gonna see other two in a moment. However, what I'm seeing within Byakuya, I do believe that is the case. I didn't calculate it yet, but Byakuya, Shikai and Bankai is gonna be just way stronger than the normal multiplier. But I might be also wrong. We will see. That is gonna be in a part 2. Case closed. So let's go to Yoruichi's minimum strength now. Of course, this is Yoruichi base minimum strength. She defeat. Actually, okay, she used some kind of medicine for that, but you know, she prepared that medicine on a flash. It's also a feat which Yoruichi only could handle, right? So Yoruichi minimum strength is twice as much as Ichigo with a kill intent because she clearly did the job there, which is 92,160, which is maximum strength of Byakuya. So this is actually amazing because the maximum strength of Yoruichi, it's as amazing as she decided to flee instead of fight Byakuya there, meaning she is kind of afraid, even though she is considered stronger than Byakuya base. She is afraid. Maybe afraid is too big of a word, but she is cautious about his Shikai and Bankai. For within that regards, I'm gonna put Yoruichi base, of course, maximum strength as twice as much as Byakuya, as she would not do what she actually did to Ichigo. So maximum strength of Yoruichi will be 103,680, and that gives average strength of Yoruichi as 103,680 because the maximum strength is obviously 115,200, my bad. So she's almost twice stronger as Byakuya, but not there yet. Case closed. Another final character is even more surprising, as I had him actually justified to power levels episode back. So minimum strength of Gin is gonna be based on Ichigo without kill intent, which basically when he enters to Soul Society, because he beat Jidambo, that far back we are going, Gin was there. So Ichigo attacks Gin, if my memory is correct. Gin easily blocked it, meaning he can win with Ichigo without fighting seriously in his base form, but that's Ichigo before kill intent, so that Ichigo have 5,760 strength, so minimum strength is gonna be 57,600, as he can beat Ichigo without fighting seriously. And surprise, this is exactly Byakuya's base strength. So Byakuya is really looking weak. However, I think he can back it up with Shikai and Bankai, as I said. In case of maximum strength for Gin, that's gonna be that when he was actually start fighting seriously, let's call that, he went directly to his Shikai form because he extend his weapon. Meaning he is not able to achieve as much as one punch win without fighting seriously within his base. And then we saw Ichigo even blocked that Shikai attack. Meaning Gin base cannot beat that version of Ichigo without fighting seriously with a one punch. That's what I'm aiming, because he can clearly win without fighting seriously. And that gives maximum strength of Gin, exactly as maximum strength of Yoruichi, which is twice as much as Byakuya, which is 115,200, and that gives average strength of Gin is 86,400. The numbers are really similar, which is surprisingly and very curious, but that's what we're getting because we're treating every next character base of the previous one, and you know, the numbers sometimes will repeat, especially with so many characters, Shikai, Bankai, all of them pretty much similar multipliers unless there is otherwise shown in anime. So that's what we're getting. So let's check out the rankings now, because oh baby, that's gonna change. So let's check the standings now. So we have 44 characters already justified, which is crazy, and there is way more to justify. I'm probably gonna do part 2, part 3. I hope I'm gonna make it faster than this video. I hope I'm not gonna make any blunders. Let's go. Rukia was just an update. She's staying at the position where she's staying. She just no longer have that minimum strength, is 150. Probably in the future she will improve, I guess, unless that's end of her story, I don't know. Let's go next. Next we're having Jirobo base, actually, and he's position 27, just above Grand Fisher. So basically 4th seed within the squad is basically a level of pretty strong Hollow who killed so many. So the understanding of mine that Grand Fisher killed so many Soul Reapers now makes viable, because we know the average strength of Soul Reapers is 150, and him being literally more than 4 times stronger and he's killing Soul Reapers, yeah, that makes so much sense right now. Then his Shikai improved just a little. I think he didn't show anything about his Shikai, he just transformed into different weapon, but that didn't boost him any strength at all. So as we see, not even reaching 1,000. Then we having seed 3 Tatsufusa with 1,046 strength, position 24, just above Jirobo's Shikai. Yeah, I think this guy is basically a muscle man, and that's about it. So in the contrary, I will go slightly up. I'm gonna show you that Jirobo Shikai is position 25 and his brother Jidambo is actually position 21, and he's already stronger than Jirobo's Shikai. How crazy this is, considering he is not a Soul Reaper, but yet to be a gatekeeper, you need to have a certain amount of strength, looks like. The thing that Jidambo is a massive giant, yeah, that makes sense that he is stronger. Probably if Jirobo will show us more than just nothing, then maybe he will go up, maybe he will be comparable to his brother. Next we having pretty much back-to-back characters, because, you know, obviously in this Soul Society we having so many strong characters. We starting with a Chado, position 12. He is slightly below Renji, and considering that he felt Renji's power when he fought with Ichigo and he tried to help, and yeah, he looks like he is as strong as Chado, so Chado will try to help him out. That's what he was planning anyway. Then we having Kurotsuchi base, so bad for this captain, literally 10,000. This is not a lot, but he is on the science, I guess, department, so he is not really a brawling, and his Bankai actually can make this one up for his captain level, because Ishida, without even going to his Letz still, he is way above Kurotsuchi, I will say. And then yeah, basically Kurotsuchi going Shikai, that proves everything, because Shikai, you see, he's getting twice stronger, almost twice stronger, and he can fight Ishida solely until he transform, you know that. Then we getting Ichigo with a kill intent, position number 7, and he almost reaching. I mean, when he entered this bridge, their two captains, one was Byakuya and Ukitake, they both, I think, realized that Ichigo is a captain level character, so we can assume that captain level character is gonna be around 50,000 mark to become a captain. except of Kurotsuchi, but Kurotsuchi even gets there. You can see, we can see him on the position number 5 with his Bankai on 60,000, just above Byakuya. So Kurotsuchi, just to deal with Byakuya, he needs to go Bankai. So imagine if Byakuya go at least Shikai, because Shikai almost doubling your strength. Yeah, Kurotsuchi had no chance. I'm really concerned now, because he is so cocky to other captains, to Zaraki, to every other character, and he is not that strong. You guys saying that, oh, because he needs a prep time, but you know, on the spot when he started being bullied, wasn't good idea. Then we have in Gin, I think there is a pretty significant gap, because from Gin I do believe the strongest captain will start. Byakuya is not that strong in his base, but I do believe he will have bigger multiplier than twice as much for his Shikai. It's gonna be revealed in part 2. I didn't calculate that yet, so I do not know at this point. But yeah, Gin having 80,000 strength, and then Yoruichi, the old captain, 100, and Shunsui 109, looks like the older the captain. They basically super strong. And then we're having Ishida full peak power in the Soul Society, and yeah, he's taking position number 1, but don't forget Shunsui is in base, Gin is in base, you know, only Kurotsuchi Bankai he have him with. Even Byakuya, I'm expecting Byakuya to surpass that Ishida level, actually, with maybe not with a Shikai, maybe yes, but definitely with a Bankai. Yeah, so that would be my list. Let me know your list, and yeah, let's see how this matching with your expectations. So see you in the comments.